Shri Gurave Namaha. Nagurodhikam tattvam Nagurodhikam tapaha Tattvajnanat param nasti Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Mannatha Shri Jagannatha Madguru Shri Jagadguru Madatma Sarvabhutatma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Gururadirnadischa Guru Paramadaivatam Guru Parataram Nasti Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Tvameva Mata cha Pita Tvameva Bandhuscha Sakha Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva.
ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। We saw briefly the word by word meaning of this mantra in the first mantra in the second Mundaka. Mundaka is the name of the Upanishad, but it's also the name of the various sections are also called Mundaka. Okay, and so let us look at this more in detail now and see what this section in general has to offer and what is it trying to teach us. So the last section had talked about the difference between Paravidya and Aparabhitya. That was its job. And Paravidya was described as the knowledge that frees one from samsara, and Aparavidya is that which keeps one going in samsara. That's the difference, the crux of the difference. Aparavidya, the knowledge of the relative. Don't ask which relatives. Okay, the knowledge of the relative, the the empirical reality of means and ends. And why this knowledge of means and ends is required? It is required to lead one's life because one has an interminable list of wants. And without a proper channel of how to fulfill those wants will be the death of all of us because they will lead us to cut corners inevitably at some point or the other. They will lead us to take shortcuts and adharmic ways. We will take recourse to adharmic ways. We means all the people on earth. We will take recourse to adharmic ways to achieve the results of whatever we want, the results of our desires, the goals, the ambitions, etc. And as a result, what will happen? We will keep on wallowing in the quicksand of samsara because the wrong actions will lead to difficult results, papa. And that papa has to be exhausted only through the taking of various bodies. And then when you take all these various bodies, one is, it's they are all, and when there are difficult karmas, they are all bodies of suffering. Think about the animals. Not a single life form goes without being eaten by some culture or the other. In some place, it will be eaten. Then even the cockroaches are not spared, and everything is eaten somewhere or the other. And these poor life forms don't have a say at all. You can't go to them with a questionnaire. Only two questions. Only one question, two choices. Do you want to be eaten? Yes. Tick here. No, tick here. They don't even get a choice. They are rounded up, hounded up, and then put in the fryer, put in the pan, put in something, and boiled, and then killed, boiled, and eaten. This is why the animals are called papayonayah, means they are they cannot express pain. They cannot express pain at all, and then on top of that they are compromised because they have no choice in their life. However, the owner, if they are domesticated, however the so-called owner decides to keep them, they have to just succumb to that and just bear with that. So now, what is happening here? This section is going to talk about the need for the upasanas and the karma, both of which comprise the first portion of the Veda. The first portion of the Veda is all karma, action. And then what else? And then the results of action and how the actions must be purified. How are the actions purified? By towing the Vedic line. That's how the actions are purified, by making sure that they are not forbidden in the first portion of the Vedas, which have been given to us by the seers, by Bhagavan, through the seers of the mantras. And then, so we follow that for our own good. Not that the Veda wants you to do something. Veda doesn't want you to do anything. You are already a doer and you're jumping up and down, and the Veda gives you a yardstick how high to jump and how long to jump, all that. It makes the jump much more comely and dharmic. That's what it does. It's not trying to make you into a doer. And so the limits of this Aparavidya have to be exposed. As Adi Shankara says in the segue bhashya, in the bhashya that is leading up to this verse and beyond, he makes the very important point that the limits of this aparavidya, meaning the knowledge of means and ends, the knowledge of the empirical world, and the knowledge of the relative things that one wants in society, that has some serious limitations. So, knowing these limitations is important, because only when one knows these limitations and is adequately disappointed, then only the person can be convinced to follow Paravidya. Otherwise, one is mired in Aparavidya all the time. I think I'm sharing it too early, so let's do that for now. When I'm ready to share, we'll go back on that. So this is what it is. So the Aparavidya means how to get by in life. And Aparavidya, what else does Aparavidya mean? Aparavidya also means how to have what you want. And what else does Aparavidya mean? How to keep at bay what you do not want. And then what else? How to, once you have gotten something that you don't like, how to get rid of that. All this is, is included in Aparavidya. And so, even if you follow dharmic actions, let's say, I am only going to follow dharma. I am not going to follow anything else in order to fulfill all my desires. Only dharma I am going to follow. Well, good for you. So I am absolved from the limits of aparavidya? No, not at all. Why? Because aparavidya is like that. It's not the absolute, it's relative. And if it is relative, then it can never compete with the absolute. It can give you a little respite from samsara, from some sorrow or the other, but it cannot redeem, it cannot give you freedom. And freedom is what you want desperately, badly. Freedom from a sense of bondage is what you want. And because you want that badly, and you keep, seeking the wrong means in order to have this freedom, it's like a person, in order to be free, is just going and tying themselves up. And that makes no sense. I thought you wanted to be free. Why are you tying yourself up? No, no, it's good to be free, but then I was told that it's a, this tying myself up, this rope is a magic rope. Because of this magic rope, I'll feel very safe. And from that safety, I can seek freedom. And then what happens after the safety? The safety itself becomes a noose. So the very thing that you want to get rid of, aka samsara, some sorrow or the other, becomes the binding factor, leads you to the passages of feeling completely trapped, without a light at the end of the tunnel. So, even though Aparavidya, if it is done according to the Veda, has the ability to not accrue too much papa. Because I'm following the righteous ways, I'm not gaining bad karma as a result. Still, it is finite. It is fine to follow it, but please know it is finite. And Adi Shankara says that the Upanishad wants you to get disgusted with this Aparavidya. What is Aparavidya in this context? In this context, Aparavidya means the knowledge of means and ends. How do I get what I want? And then it says, be a person that is virtuous, following dharma. Be a person that harms very little, harms people very little. And then be a person that does all the things that are enjoined in the first portion of the Veda. And we'll see that quickly what that is. Be the person who does not is peaceful, and be the person who follows everything, karma and upasana. That's all the Aparavidya can give. The first portion of the Vidya is just biding time, kind of treading water and biding time, keeping on marching in place, left, right, but you're not going anywhere. Some movement is happening, but you're not going anywhere. And so it's like treading water. And in fact, even though it sounds good and it sounds wonderful to have, it sounds kind of uncomplicated. What should I do? Oh, you should lead a prayerful life. Oh, that sounds nice. Leave everything to Bhagavan. That sounds wonderful. Pray every day. Okay. And then what else should you do? What else should I do? Give alms. Give to people in need. Give to mendicants, give to ashrams, give to temples, and just give. And then as a result of that, what will happen? You will get good karma. Okay, so what if I get good karma? You will book a seat in heaven. Sitting right here, just like, sitting right in your house, you can book for a Broadway show that is going to open in New York. You don't have to leave the house. You just have to a few clicks. You go into the some website, and then you pick the show you want to see, and then you just do click on that. You pay the money. So here also, what is the money? The money is your good karma. That's the currency. And that's the currency. That's the good karma is the currency. And so with the help of this currency, you book your seat in heaven right in the front where you can sit and watch Bhagavan. And then, get a neck ache because it's too close. And you didn't know the seat layout. And sometimes this happens even while booking flights. Window seat, window seat. Everybody wants window seat. Nobody wants to, or the other one, what is that called? Aisle seat. And nobody wants to sit in the middle. Somebody has to sit in the middle, because it happens to be there. But nobody wants. Everybody wants window seat. That's the first choice. So then you find out, oh, there is one window seat left. You book your ticket, there is one window seat left. You can see it, and you click on it, you got it. And when you go there, it's a dud because there is no window at all. There is just a plain wall, plain wall, pun intended. Okay, plain wall and plain wall, both of them. So there's just a wall there, and then you're just, you're just sitting there. and the whole time, and it happens to be an international flight. How do I know? I'm not going to tell. Anyway, so then, so then this is, this is what happens. So it's just like this. Even in the results of karma, they are always compromised. They're always not up to par, not up to the snuff, not up to expectations. And so therefore, it sounds wonderful. You have booked a seat in heaven, just like you booked your plane seat or you booked your Broadway show. But then, having gone there, you understand that you're there only for 5 minutes. Oh, but I spent 5,000 good karmas in order to get to just 5 minutes. Yeah, because of Kali Yuga, we are having a bad exchange rate. So, so your punya in Kali Yuga is not much worth here in heaven. So 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes, 3 minutes by the time you get there and you have an argument with the Paricharaka, the heavenly Sevak. No, no, I want to see God. I have earned this. No, 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 you haven't earned this. And he explains inflation and how the exchange rate is really bad because you're in Kali Yuga. And by the time all that is done, and then you go and stand in front of Bhagavan, the person says, Jargandi, Jargandi means this is what they say in Tirupati. Leave, stop, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving, because other people want to see Bhagavan. There is a there is a line of 20,000 devotees. There's a big line outside going all the way down to the hill. There's a big, huge line. And so you can't stand there and hog Bhagavan. So by the time you have seen the top of Bhagavan, you've seen Bhagavan's face. They keep saying, get out of here, get out of here, get out of here. And so in heaven also you go there and you hear the same thing. Keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. There is a big line, there is a big line. So then the heart just sinks. I was better off visiting Tirupati. At least there I could buy a special pass for, I don't know how much it is, but there used to be some special pass. You get extra money and there's a shorter queue. It's not that you'll get exclusive, but the queue is little bit shorter. That's all. And then little bit means instead of waiting 6 hours, you will wait 3 hours. That's all. And then you will think I was better off down there in Martya Loka, in this world of the mortals, where I could just go and at least I knew what I was in for. And here it's a big disappointment. The Upanishad wants you to be disappointed. Oh, how mean, how cruel. Why does the Upanishad want me to be disappointed? Because only after getting a lot of disappointment does the person become qualified for knowledge. Because you will not see anybody in Vedanta class who has not been disappointed. Well, everybody is disappointed. Yeah, disappointment reaches everybody. But very few are able to make this disappointment into a capital for qualifying for the Vedanta class. This is the secret. Many people just get depressed and because they are dejected, disappointed, disenchanted, and then they follow various means to come out of that dejection. They may take some they may take some therapy. What kind of therapy? Retail therapy. Go to more and more shops and then feel better, or surround yourself with lots of people, feel better. Enter politics, because then that's one way to supposedly feel better, because you're surrounded by people all the time and you're responding all the time to the press, to the media, all these things, and you're kept busy. So somehow you try to feel better, but each time you try to feel better, it is finite. And what is it? The longing. The longing is always for Paravidya, to understand that I am infinite here and now, without needing to book a seat, a window seat in heaven or wherever it is. No. So you don't need to do all that. And but before that, for the people who still have a kind of a longing for this world of means and ends, they like this jagat. Why do they? In fact, I should say they like this jagat. They like samsara. Why do people like samsara? Are they out of their mind? No, they're not out of their mind, but because they do not know anything better. So they like samsara primarily because there is drama. There is drama. There is severe ups and downs. The graph of samsara goes like this. You lead a yo-yo life. And one day up, the next day down, 1 minute up, and next minute down, agony followed by ecstasy, and then again agony, 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 little bit of ecstasy, then agony. This is how samsara is, and the drama graph of samsara makes sure that there is not a single dull moment. Otherwise, if samsara was even, yeah, you do karma, you get karma phala, you do some more karma, you get what you want, you do some more karma, you get what you want. If it is an even keel, then there is no fun. Then everybody gets bored very quickly. And the drama keeps that pain in the heart, the pain which is the manifestation of Atma Ajnanam, self ignorance, it keeps that in play. It keeps it right up front and center in the heart, because each time I go through this drama, this cycle of up and down, I'm just flung around by the winds of samsara. Then in a way I know that, oh, I'm alive. I'm not just a automaton. I'm alive, and I have things to do, places to go, people to see. And then samsara is full of fights, and the fights are fun. How can the fights be fun? Because then you will make up. Because of the makeup there, that is possible there, then the fights become fun. Very strange, but that's how it is. And so this way one leads this life in this kind of a mindless, illogical, mindless life of just ups and downs, without even being numb to this life. Even though there are so many ups and downs, ironically, paradoxically, one is totally numb. And then as a result, the Upanishad decides that it is high time you were made aware of the limits of action. And when we talk about the limits of action, we are talking about naturally the limits of the results of action also. Both of them are in play. And so that as a result, what happens there? So now we can look at the mantra, and we have seen the meaning already. And then now we can look at the mantra in a little better detail. Uh, so tadetat satyam. This is indeed true. Why is it true? Because it's a fact. It is true. This is how it is. What is true? Mantreshu karmani kavayah yani apashyan. So that the seers saw in the first portion of the Vedas, in the mantras, in the form of the mantras, which was revealed to the Kavis. Kavis means rishis. Kavi means the one who sees. Kavi literally means poet, but here it means the one who sees more than that which means the eye. Duradarshi, the one who has insight, foresight, intuition, is called Kavi. Here it means rishis. So the rishis who were also composers, really. So those rishis, whatever mantras they saw, and the mantras of ends and means, like you do this and you get this as a result. So these kinds of mantras that they saw were Tretaya, in the three Vedas, or in the Treta Yuga. We'll come to that. Bahudha Santatani. Bahudha Santatani means they were much practiced. Apparently, I've forgotten how to spell practiced. There you go. Okay. So they were much practiced. Where? In the Treta age. We'll come to that. uh, Tani acharatha niyatam. And then the the injunction is, please continue to practice who satyakamaha acharatha. Satyakamaha means the one who has the one who is a Vaidika, the one who has Shraddha, and the one who wants to follow their wishes according to the dharma, and not to just ride roughshod over other people's desires and everything. And then, so these Satyakamahas, these Vaidikas, these people, may they practice all this very, very nicely. Eshavav panthaha, this is your way. This is the road. Pantha means road. Panthaha, Eshava, vaha means for you. This is your way. you all. This is for the way for you all. Sukrutasya. Sukruta means the fruits of karma, good karma. Punya. Sukruta means punya. In this world, this is your way to, this is your ticket to gain the delicious fruits of karma. Oh, I thought this was going to show us the limitations. Yeah, but wait. First, it's going to paint a wonderful picture and then it is going to take it apart. Wait for two more verses. That is the setup. It's the perfect Upanishadic way to do this. And so, this is what it says. So, the various karmas which the seer saw in the mantras of the three Vedas, first meaning, Tretayam in the three Vedas. How many Vedas are there? I thought there were four, but here it is saying three. How is this possible? Well, the Atharva Veda, to which the Mundakopanishad belongs, here, since it is in the Atharva Veda, it is not referring to itself. Out of politeness, it is talking about the other three Vedas. And so, therefore, that is one explanation we can take. So, in the three Vedas, all these means and ends that have been prescribed, hey, you Jiva, oh, you Jiva, who is a Satya Karma, who is coming with true intentions, who is not really out to destroy people. Oh, you true intentioned one, please practice these mantras, please practice all the do's and don'ts. And then what? Then this, because this is your ticket to good karma and the results of good karma. So this is the first meaning of the word treta in the three Vedas. There is also one more meaning. Treta means that it is a in the Treta age. This is the preferred meaning. That's why this is the one that is given in the translation. So in the Treta age. There are, as we know, there are four yugas. And what are they? Satya Yuga, also called Krita Yuga, and then Treta Yuga, second Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, and then Kali Yuga. And interestingly, they are all named on the throw of the dice, the various throws of the dice. Satya Yuga, the Krita throw is supposed to be very lucky. And then little less lucky is Treta, and little less lucky is Dwapara, and Kali is zero, snake eyes. So you don't get anything there. And so you just, it's a big zero. So it's named after the way, after the various throw of dice, to show basically that regardless of what you do, you cannot really you cannot it's all a gamble. It's just the whole life is a gamble. No matter how much you try to control, it's a gamble. All these yugas and living in these yugas, etc., are just a gamble, to show that it is talked about in this particular way. Very, very interesting. So then what happens? So then, as a result, so then these four ages are there, and then in each age there is a recommended practice of how to live. In the first yuga, the Krita Yuga or the Satya Yuga, people were practicing mental karma like upasanas, dhyana, meditation. All the time they were meditation because they were in a very highly evolved place. They were in an extremely evolved place. And so, therefore, they were practicing meditation all the time because they could and they did. And they were able to do this. Then, in the Treta Yuga, they were a little more distracted, I suppose. And so, they were told to practice yajna. Keep on lighting the fires, and the fires also have names. Avahaniya Agni, Garhapatya Agni. Like this, there are so many fires. Garhapatya Agni is that which is tended at home. It is Grihapati. It is the lord of the house. It protects you from all these things. So there's always fire tended at home. Now, We even don't want to light one lamp because, oh, oil is messy and all these things. Let's get an electric lamp and just switch it on. Battery operated tea light. And then we just go like this with that. And so, but the fire has is something there, and the fire is something special about the fire. There is a, there is a way in which it just connects you to the whole. There's some very palpable energy to the fire. It's just absolutely fascinating and just wonderful. So the fire, just like where is that in the northern European cultures, I hear that there are many words, multiple words for snow, because that's all they know. Okay. And so that's all they know. That's why they have many words for snow. And here in ancient, in the Vedic India, so it's all about fire, relating to fire. It's all about fire. So that's why there are so many words for fire, so many names for fire. Amazing. Jata Vedaha, Havyavahanaha, Agnihi, Analaha. Like this, there are so many synonyms and so many names for fire because it's a fire-based culture. The whole Vedika culture is a fire-based culture. It's very fascinating. And then tending to the fires becomes a lifelong job. And so like this, so the in the Treta age there was a lot of this what is that, there was a lot of fire yajnas, and then that were prescribed. And then in the Dwapara Yuga, they were told to do pujas, lot of pujas. It means ritualized worship practices. And then in Kali Yuga, everybody was told to sit quietly because they were not able to do either yajna or puja or dhyana or meditation. So they were supposed to just repeat the name of the Lord. And even that people are having difficulty because the mind is so unfocused and disturbed all the time. And so therefore, this in the Treta age, this yajna is talked about. And so now we know that this whole section is going to be about the limitations of yajna itself. So the limitations of yajna are going to be talked about, limitations of karma in general. Yajna means fire ritual, homa. And then this homa is what comes under Nithya Karma and Naimittika Karma. 5 kinds of karmas are enjoined. One is Nitya Karma. Nitya Karma means things, rituals that have to be done daily. And these include tending to the altars that are there at home, and then, keeping them clean, making certain offerings, etc. Then there are duties towards the animals. So you feed the animals around you in your area. And then there are duties towards the ancestors. You make sure that they are having a nice cushion, literally and figuratively, in the afterlife. So you give them some of your karma to help them to, do that. So then these are the yajnas. And towards Bhagavan, towards the rishis, and because of the rishis and the gurus, we stand on their shoulders, and they have sacrificed their lives to help us to get to this place. And we salute the entire lineage of gurus, and because of that, we are in this place. So we offer them thanks, we offer them gratitude, we offer them oblations, etc. So this is another one. And then Nriyajna means you offer gratitude and acknowledgement to fellow beings. You welcome the fellow being. You don't say, "Oh, don't come and visit me," and this is you don't do that. And that's why in the West, the concept of atithi, the one that drops without a date, is not there at all. Now, even less so after the pandemic. It's not there at all. And in fact, you have to take an appointment. Even if Lord Yama comes, he also has to take an appointment. He cannot, in the West, he also perhaps cannot drop in, although he finds his ways. But then So this is, but in the ancient India, so you make sure that somebody you don't know, a stranger, you give food to a stranger every day before you eat. This was the practice. Even now in the villages, they do that. You go out at meal time. You don't invite anybody. It's not pre-planned at all. You go out and you just catch hold of a passerby. Will you please come and do me the favor of having this lunch? And they will oblige, and then you give them a gift, you feed them, and then only you sit down to eat. So this way the Nithya Karma keeps you busy, and then there are occasional karmas like Naimittika Karma festivals, and then the Shraddha, the death rituals, etc., which come once in a while. And then we have the Kamya Karma. Kamya Karma means the number three, third type of karma, things that you want to do, because you want the results of that. Kamya Karma means there is, you want this. So, putra kamaha, putra kamaha yajeta. So, this kind of a yajna is only for people who want to have children. It's called Putra Kama Ishti. Ishti means yajna. So then there is Swarga Kama ha Somena Yajeta. So if you want heaven, there is a different kind of a yajna. Then if you want children, there is another kind of a yajna. Then if you say I want to be famous, there is another kind of a yajna. All these things. I want to have a big following, and there is a mantra and a yajna. Sarva janam me vashamanaya swaha. Please bring everybody under my spell. This is exactly what the mantra says. But then, being a karma, it is finite. So people may come under your spell, but after that they start moving away because they are tired and sick of you. And then they don't, because it is, karma is finite. And so karma phala, the results of action are also finite. Then what? So then this is kamya karma, things that you actively want to pursue in your life. Then there is nishiddha karma, things which never must be done. Ahimsa, etc. So hurting other people, violence and stealing, all these things are nishiddha karma, prohibited karma. But then, can you always make sure that you don't do Nishiddha Karma? No, because sometimes I don't want to say something, but I end up saying it. Sometimes I don't want to do something, but I end up doing it. And so, therefore, there is the fifth kind of karma, Prayashchitta Karma, atonement karma, where you have some kind of a atonement for all the wrongdoings that have been done. क्षन्तव्यो मे पराध शिव 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 भो श्री महादेव शंभो. There is a very big stotra called Shiva Aparadha Kshamapana, asking Bhagavan Shiva, Lord Shiva, for sorry for all the bad karmas that have done. This is the fifth kind of karma. Now, all these karmas are finite because you are finite. The karta is finite. Karta means the body, mind, sense complex is finite. The agent, the instruments of the agent are finite. How much wealth can you give away? There is always a finite number. It's not infinite. And then, even if you give away all your wealth, it still is a finite number. And then, your energy, your strength, balam is finite. Your intentions are finite. So, whatever you give is finite. Whatever you do is finite. And so, whatever you do produces naturally finite results. Always. And then they quickly get over, and then you have to be at it all the time. Is it sounding boring? That's exactly where the Upanishad wants you to be, because you say, oh, I have to do this again. Yeah, but I just did yajna yesterday. Never mind, that yajna's effects was gone yesterday. Now you have to do again new yajna. Oh, when? As the sun is rising. Oh no, that's too early. Is there a choice? Yes. Before the sun rises, you can finish it. That is the choice. Anudite juhoti or udite juhoti. Either at sunrise you do, and if you say, oh, that's inconvenient, then do it before sunrise. And then, oh, but I just did that yesterday. Doesn't matter. Oh, but now I want something else. Okay, do one more yajna, but I did one in the morning. That was part of Nithya Karma. This is part of Kamya Karma. You have to do this all over again. You have to do more and more and more and more to get less and less and less and less. And you do more and more and more to get less and less and less and less of more and more and more. You keep getting less and less and less, and then you feel, kind of sad. And that's exactly where the Upanishad wants you to be. Let us look at it further. Let us see what happens further. Okay. Here we come. Here it's here is the here is where the Upanishad starts to troll us for wanting all these finite karmas. Yada lelayate hyarchihi samidhe havyavahane. Yada lelayate hyarchihi samidhe havyavahane. Tada तदाज्य भागावन्तरेण आहुतिः प्रतिपादयेत् तदाज्य भागावन्तरेण आहुतिः प्रतिपादयेत्. This is a very interesting verse. This is giving you little extra tips on how to make your karma more polished and yield quicker results. Yes. So first there is the lesson, and then there is a bonus round of tips. So just so that you can make your karma eke out a little more further. It's just like, you have a tube of toothpaste and you haven't gone shopping, and then it's almost ending. You said you'll go tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow. And as we all know, what is one thing we know about tomorrow? It never comes. Okay. And so then you are left with an important appointment, but then hardly any paste. And then you have to brush your teeth. It is Nithya Karma. And so you have to keep pressing it and pressing it and pressing it. Finally, finally. And then you press it, you put both your hands on it, you keep it on the sink, and then you press it again. And then you say, it's coming here, I see it. And then it goes and hits the wall and stays there. Then you have to peel off the paste from the wall and put it on your brush, and then finally brush your teeth. So this is like that. These are the end small final tips which with great difficulty the Upanishad is giving you to carry out your karma on the one more day. So to one more day of little more punya. How to, it's like the elastic punya. If you think of punya as an elastic string, how can you get the most out of it? How can you spread it at the most? So here it's giving some secret tips that everybody does not know. What are these tips? Yada, when lelayate. Lelayati means the dances. The dances. What? Archihi. One more name for fire. I told you that we have many names for fire. He, indeed, he, yada lelayate archihi. Yada hi archihi lelayate. Lelayate means archihi means the flames. The flames are at a high point. They are dancing. You can see their tongues. And they seem to be saying, give me, give me, give me the offering. And that's when you have to offer. You must not offer when the flames are small. You must not offer when, when perhaps you have put you have put that indhanam, which is ardra indhanam, wet fuel, and then there is smoke coming out. That time you don't offer the ghee. You offer the ghee when the flames are dancing like this, nicely. Samidhe means in the pit, in the yajna pit, where the wood, samidha is fuel. So in the yajna pit where the fuel is, so there, samidhe, in that yajna pit where the fuel is, havya vahane, in that fire. So in that fire, when the flames are at height, at their full height, tada, at that time, ajya bhagau. Ajya bhagau means two portions of ghee. 2 portions of ghee are offered in the daily yajna called Agnihotra. So in this Agnihotra, 2 portions of ghee has to be offered. Why? Because it's a short yajna. Because you have to do it every day, and the Veda knows you are very busy. Otherwise, if you keep offering for 1 hour, if you keep offering, who will pay the bills? you know, Avyavahana, the fire is not, Agni is not going to pay your bills. So you have to go to work. So a quick yajna, taking 15 minutes, the fire is already lit because it is there in the house. Karhapatya Agni, and then here you bring that Agni, and then you simply just add a little bit of fuel, and now that Agni has a new name, Avahaniya Agni, because it has been invoked, where Bhagavan is invoked. And then you just do 2 offerings with the mantras. Now the question is when to put the offerings. When the flames are at high, first condition. And then antarena means where to put that. Put it right in the middle. Not on the left side, not on the right side, not here, not there, and not outside the fire. Because sometimes, in the crowded yajna, they are so eager to offer. They will just go with their little, wooden spoon. And then what will they do? They will just quickly put it on somebody else's head who is nearer the fire. No, no, no. It has to be offered right in the middle of the fire reverentially. Ahutihi pratipadaye. Why are you telling me this? Well, because these are the secret tips to quicken the karma phala. This is the right way to do this. Don't you want to know the right way to do this? Yeah, because I want punya. Yeah. Why do you want punya? Punya is good karma. Why do you want good karma? I want good karma because I have all these desires that I need to be fulfilling. So this is what you do. And then so far wonderful, very nice. And then this is I can do this. This is easy, and then I'll get to good karma. Yes, just by doing a 15-minute yajna every day, 10-minute yajna. Yes. Oh, wonderful. I think I'm going to start. I have some fuel, I have a matchbox, and I have some ghee, or I can buy some ghee, not a problem. Have ghee, will offer, no problem. So, will I get heaven? Because I want heaven. First person raises the hand. Will I get a very good family life? Because that's what I want. Second person is raising the hand. Third person says, will I get a lot of money because of all this? Well, let us read on to find out what you will get. यस्याग्निहोत्रमदर्शमपौर्णमासम् मास्यमनाग्र्यम् अतिथिवर्जितम् च अहुतम् अवैश्वदेवम् अविधिनाहुतम् आसप्तमांस्तस्य लोकान् हिनस्ति यस्याग्निहोत्रमदर्शमपौर्णमासम् अनाग्रयणमतिथिवर्जितम् च अहुतम् अवैश्वदेवम् अविधिनाहुतम् आसप्तमांस्तस्य लोकान् हिनस्ति. Yeah, you can get some things out of this 10-minute yajna called Agnihotra. ... Oh, ... means what? However, but there is always a condition. There are always clauses. This 1 minute, 10-minute yajna is actually a part of, is the anga. Anga means it is angi, sorry. It is that which has many, many limbs. It has part A, part B, part C, part D, and part E. Oh, but then you just gave me part A. Yeah, that's how the commercial companies right now have learned to advertise from the Mundakopanishad itself. So first they just tell you, all paid vacation, come. All you have to do is enter the sweepstakes. No purchase necessary. And then you say, oh, okay, that's great. No purchase necessary, sweepstakes. I'm there. I have entered my name. This somebody told me this. Then after that, they call you. You have won. What? Yes. You have won a $15,000 vacation for your whole family, a cruise. Really? Yes. So you should we should know where to send you the check and everything. Actually, we won't send you the check. The tickets and everything we'll send you. We'll tell you where to climb the ferry and where to go. And then we have put you on these. You'll go to these exotic islands, and each place you will have lots of wonderful things. And on the cruise ship itself, there are 100 different types of cuisine and 50 different kinds of entertainment every day. And oh, I won it. Oh my God, I really won it. I've never won anything in my life. Well, there is a reason for that, okay? And so, yeah, I've won this. Yay, yippee, yippee. All right, so give the name of your whole family, please, and you happily give. And then, oh, but can I bring my best friend? Yes, no problem. Let them hop on. And then what? And then you give your address, where and your email address and your phone number, because the tickets should go to the right person. The coupons and everything. We are also throwing in some extra coupons to enjoy things on the cruise, and some exclusive tours on the stops which other people won't have. Oh my God, I can't believe this. Yes, absolutely. It is your lucky day. So now what do I have to do? Wait, don't get off. Don't be in a rush. Slowly, I'll explain everything, and just stay on the phone. Don't get off the phone, okay? And then, so I'll explain everything. So, what will you explain? I will explain to you the process. Now, we charge a little administrative fee for each person. Now, in your party, there are 7 people. And so you have to pay $250 per person. Oh my God, it's too much. No, come on. We are talking of a $15,000 vacation, and here you're going to give all that up for $250? If you don't go to this, and I have another name on the list, it'll go to that person. And they read the name on the list. It happens to be your most favorite enemy. And then you say, no, 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 no. I will pay 250 times 7. And then, like this, the administrative fees. And then you have to jump through this hoop, and you have to give more money. And then finally you get on the cruise. And then it was just $15,000 within quotes. To get this $15,000, you have already paid $7,500 to get on this. And so, just like that, this Agnihotra is. Oh, I have been trolled. Yes, unfortunately, you have been trolled. This is how capitalism, they did the wrong reading of the Mundakopanishad, and they got some ideas how to advertise their wares, how to just give, information as needed. Oh, do this and you'll get this. Oh, really? Well, there are a few other conditions. And that's what verse number 3, in the verse number 3 is a pin in the balloon of the desire for karma phala. So the karma phala holic is now being addressed, that Agnihotra is just one part. It is the main anga with many, many parts. And Agnihotra, the 2-minute fire ritual with 2 offerings, was too good to be true. Yes, it is too good to be true, because look at what all it entails. Because if you say, I'm just going to do Agnihotra and hope for a wonderful life, you are totally mistaken. Why? Let us read this. Yasya, for whom? Oh, Yasya means whose. Whose Agnihotra? Yasya Agnihotram. Whose Agnihotra is devoid. Devoid means without these 2 satellite rituals called Adarsha. Yeah, Adarsha, sorry, Darsha. Darsha and Paurnamasa. Darsha is a ritual that is done during the new moon. So you're doing Agnihotra daily. But when does the new moon come? Every 15 days. Every 15 days you have to do a new moon ritual, an elaborate new moon ritual. And then every other 15 days, you have to do Paurnamasa ritual, full moon ritual. And then you have to do the 2-month ritual, Chaturmasya, during the monsoon. Monsoon means now, where the whole of India is being inundated by rains because of climate change. So monsoon means June to September in India, and those 4 months, Chaturmasya literally means 4 months. Those 4 months, the sadhus stayed in one place and taught or did their sadhanas. And they did not move around. Why? Because you would step on an earthworm, or some of these creatures that come out, your moths and other creatures that come in the rains. You'll be causing himsa. So you stayed put. And then there are certain special offerings, etc. Even the non sadhus feed the sadhus living in their area at this time. It is considered to be a great punya. But then, because 4 months was too long, even for the ancient people to not go anywhere, they made it into 2 months by saying Paksho by Masaha. 15 days is equal to 1 month, they said. And so they made it 2 months. So for these 2 months, so there are Chaturmasya, these 2 month rituals. And then Agrayanam, Agrayanam is a certain kind of another Naimittika karma, a certain kind of a ritual that is done as a satellite karma for the Agnihotra. And then Atithi ritual, which I just described earlier. Calling a stranger to the house, treating them as a revered guest, etc. So, whose Agnihotra is Adarsha, means not accompanied by the Darsha rituals, Apaurnamasa, not accompanied by the Paurnamasa, the full moon ritual, and then Achaturmasya. Achaturmasya means not accompanied by the Chaturmasya ritual. Anagrayana, not accompanied by the Agrayana ritual. Atithi Varjitam, not accompanied by the treating of the guests at home, etc. So the one whose Agnihotra is devoid of all these things. Then first still Ahutam. Ahutam means, let's say, so, you felt very lazy to warm up the ghee, or you were out of ghee, and then you just lit the fire and said, hello, fire, and then went away. Ahutam. Ahutam means not offered at all. Not offered at all, because one had yajna fatigue. There is all kinds of fatigues. There is caregiver fatigue. There is shopping fatigue. All these things, and so this is yajna fatigue. So ahutam, not offered at all. Avaishva devam. There are these Vishwe devas. Maybe these are all invisible devas who bless the people, and then invoking them is very important. Offering them oblations is very important, because they bless the whole universe by their sukshma or invisible presence. So Avaishva Devam means the Vishwe Devas were not pleased. They were not propitiated. Avidhina Hutam. Avidhina Hutam means, first one is Ahutam, not offered at all. And then what? Avidhina Hutam, offered improperly. Improperly offered, meaning what? Then half the ghee that was kept was drunk up by some stray cats that happened to converge near the yajna. So the roadside cats all thought, oh, feast, wonderful. And so they just lapped up it directly from the yajna bowl, or from the spoon as you were about to give the offerings. We have had this happen in Eugene. So that's how I thought of this. And so, and then so can you say, oh, but then it is bhuta yagya, it is animal feeding. Will this work as animal feeding? Well, no, not quite, because this was not kept as for animal feeding. That was not the intention. This was to feed the fire devata. And so here, what was the portion of the fire devata has been siphoned off by these hungry, greedy kitties. And so so that also incurs bad karma, wrong karma. It's not just the papa, or the act of omission. The omission attracts certain things, there's the certain commissions as well. It is both omission and commission. So by omitting what you are doing, you are committing a papa. You see, that is how it is. So ahutam, avidhina ahutam. Then for such a person, for whom, let me repeat all this so that it is completely, the weight of it is borne, fully, whose Agnihotra is without any of the satellite rituals, Darsha, Paurnamasa, Chaturmasya, Agrayana, Atithi yajna. Without all these 5 other yajnas accompanied by, then the person was lazy and did not offer properly or did not offer at all. For them, what is going to happen? Asaptaman. Asaptaman tasya lokan hinasti. All the 7 realms of heaven, including this loka, all the 7 lokas are hinasti means destroyed for them. Asaptaman tasya loka lokaha lokan hinasti. Hinasti means they are completely destroyed. And now, how is your mood? Well, not very good. That's exactly the good news. The good news is that you are getting now for free, without paying any money, you are getting aversion therapy. You're getting a very expensive kind of therapy called aversion therapy, where where all your objects of desires are shown in full, in full view of all how the steps that you're taking here in order to fulfill the desires are all going to go to pot, because for short term gains you are just accruing long term papa. Long term wrong results are going to accrue out of these things not done, omitted, or done badly. So because the Agnihotra is a package deal, it comes with all these elaborate rituals. And if you just get, if you just get attracted by the 2 minute yajna and omit all these rituals or do all these rituals badly, then you know what happens? Whatever you want in this world and the next is completely destroyed. All your desires, objects of desire, are destroyed, and don't think you can go to this loka, that loka. You will not go to any loka, and even in this loka, your life will be a living hell. Oh, we are going to end on this note? Apparently, because this is where the Upanishad wants us to be. Okay, more we'll see 2 weeks from now, and then in between the Gita class and all this is there, please join. ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ